Hey guys, welcome to my channel Subhasar's classes. Today we shall start physics from the very beginning for 11th class. In 11th class, you deal with the branches of physics that are generally mechanics, then you have the thermal properties, so thermodynamics, heat and thermodynamics, and you end up with the oscillations and waves. And generally in these chapters we study about the motion, we study about the work, energy, power, we also study about mechanical properties of matter, we study about the thermal properties of matter, and mechanical properties generally includes mechanical properties of solids and liquids. Thermal properties of matter, they have all the types of substances that have thermal properties. And then we study about the oscillation and waves. So there are three kinds of motion in which you have translational motion or linear motion, you have rotational motion, and you have oscillatory motion. This can be written as rotatory motion, this can be written as translatory motion, and this is oscillatory motion. So why am I talking of these things when we are starting about? So physics has different branches of science. Physics is a science, it is a branch of science. This science is about measurements, this is the science of measurement. And what do we measure in physics? We measure the physical quantities. What are physical quantities? The quantities that are related to the physical world around us. Anything that we see has a shape, it has a size, it has a length, it has a breadth, it has a height, it may have some mass, it may be heavy or light, it may be a colorful thing, so it must have some optical property, it can have a high density, or it may be fluffy, it may be solid or fluffy. So all those properties are physical quantities, and these physical quantities are to be measured, and physics is that branch of science which measures these physical worlds with the physical quantities around us. And these physical quantities to be measured need some systems of units. So we deal with physics. The first chapter is units and measurements. Chapter 1 is, so in order to measure, why do we need a unit? Why a unit is very much essential to measure? Suppose you borrow a truck of paddy from somebody and you return him a tractor of paddy. Will it settle the link? Will it settle the matter? Perhaps no, because you took larger amount of paddy and you just repaid a smaller amount. So the give and take, the transactions should be made in equal units, in the same units. Suppose you take $100 from somebody and you pay back 100 rubles or 100 rupees. Does the matter settle? No, because you are taking, say $1 is suppose 75 rupees or 80 rupees. So you are taking 80 rupees and you are giving back 1 rupee. So the situation does not come to an end, the matter does not settle here. So we should have, for any transaction, any thing that we do, we should have a simple and thorough a uniform unit, a unit that is universally acceptable. So what are units then? Units are very small things that measure things. Suppose I have a duster in my hand and I want to measure the mass of this duster. Then this mass of this duster should not be measured in terms of elephants. How many elephants will make this duster? It is a wrong notion. This cannot be done. how many ants can make this? It will be a very large number. It is not easy to use it. But how many grams are there in this? This is accepted. This is acceptable. So things can be measured in words like grams, kilograms, milligrams. These are the units of measurement of mass. So what are the things that to be measured? They are called physical quantities, and every physical quantity must have a unit, a specified unit. And in order that something will be an unit, suppose kilogram. Kilogram is a unit. Why it has become a unit? Because kilogram is a very small thing. It is very handy and it is very user friendly. It is very easy to use. Next, kilogram is accepted everywhere, whether it is in Odisha or Tamil Nadu, whether it is in Jammu Kashmir or in Gujarat, whether it is in Maharashtra or in Guwahati, wherever you go, kilogram is accepted. It is accepted in European countries, in America or in Australia. So it should have universal acceptance. And it should also have another thing. What is that thing? It should not neither increase nor decrease over the years. So in my childhood, I knew that 1 kg contains 1000 grams. Nowadays, my children say so, and after some years, my grandchildren will say that 1 kg is 1000 grams. That means this 1000 gram has never changed. They always make a kg. So it should have a endurance over time. So it should be immortal. It should not exhaust. So it should not exhaust. So non-exhausting. So this should be permanent. It must be time pervading. It should be existing over long years. So if a unit is user friendly, it is universally accepted, and it does not change over a time, then it will be a good unit. So what does an unit contain? When I say this weighs 1 kg, I have used two things, a number and a word. This kilogram is the unit and this is the coefficient. So you always use a coefficient with the unit. So we can say 3 kgs of potato. So this is the substance whose mass I have measured in terms of kgs, and the numerical value is 3. So we have n into the unit. This is used while we measure something. So this is about units, and let us take some physical quantities here and their units. The 7 most important physical quantities that are taken as standard international units or SI units are as follows. There are 7 such entities. All these are called physical quantities. The first one is known as mass. The second is length. The third is time. The fourth is electric current. The fifth is thermodynamic temperature. The sixth is luminosity. The seventh is amount of substance. And the system of units, mass is in kilograms, length in meter, time in second, electric current in amperes, thermodynamic temperature is generally taken in Kelvin, luminosity is taken in as candle, amount of substance is taken as mole. So these are the short forms of the units used. And when we shall be talking of dimensions, the parameters that make these things, this is the symbol of kilogram will be mass. For mass it will be capital M, for length it will be capital L, for time it will be capital T, for electric current it will be capital A, for temperature it will be capital K, for luminosity we shall write CT, and for amount of substance we shall write MOL. So these things will be used for studying or writing the dimensions of the things. So just remember that this is known as the SI units, in which mass, length and time are measured in kg, meter and second. And earlier in your high school days you have studied that these three things constitute the system called MK system, where we write it for meter, kilogram and second. This system is known as metric system. And there is another smaller system called CGS, where length in centimeter, mass in gram and time in second. So this is smaller unit. And there was another FPS, which was foot for length, poundal for mass and S second for time, and this was called British system. So the British system, the CGS system, the MK system, these are the systems that you have studied in high school days, and these things now are converted to SI units, the 7 parameter system. And then these are the pure units, but the other units are known as derived units, because using these 7 ones, the 7 units, we can find some units. Like suppose area is length into breadth, so you will measure in meter into meter, so this will be measured in meter square. And volume is a derived unit, because it is a product of 3 things, length, breadth and height. So meter into meter into meter, it will make meter cube. What about density? The formula for density is mass by volume, so it will be measured in terms of kg per meter cube. So the units are kg, meter to the power minus 3. And when you are talking of say force, suppose velocity or speed or velocity, this will be in terms of since speed is distance by time, so it will be measured in meter per second, so the unit is meter per second. Acceleration is generally change in speed by time, delta v or by delta t, so it will be measured in meter per second divided by second, so this will be in meter per second minus 2. And a larger one, say force F is equal to ma, so this will be taken as kg into meter second minus 2, so this will be kg meter per second square or Newton, according to name of Sir Isaac Newton, this is given a name. So these are all called derived units. And after derived units, you must go through, out of the 66 units, you have to at least cover 30 important units out of this, so that you are very thorough in 11th class physics. Some of them I just mentioned them, say force, momentum, linear, and momentum angular. Then angular acceleration, angular velocity, then angular force or torque, moment of force or torque. Then comes angular momentum is already mentioned, and then comes moment of inertia. You also have like momentum, you have impulse. These are all about the mechanical things. After speed, velocity, acceleration, then pressure, and these are all mechanical units. There are some electrical units like charge, current, electric potential, capacitance or capacity, and there are so many units. You must cover the first 30 units, and if you use the book, physics book by S.L. Arora, it is a very nice book. Use this book and you will find at least 61 units which are very much essential, and I suggest you to cover the first 45 out of them, so that you can cover almost all the physical problems that arise in this year. So I think you are much clear about the things that we are going to study in this chapter, and go through this video 2 or 3 times, then you will be okay with these things. And in the coming chapter we are going to deal with the operations, the physical calculations, and how to use the units and dimensions, and we shall go for dimensional analysis also. So kids, thank you for watching, and please try to subscribe and share this video, and with this I conclude this chapter. Thank you. Bye.